Good wishes, dear students. The concept you will be learning in today's class is chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones. So before we move in with the reactions, only one concept you need to remember. Aldehyde or a ketone, when you treat with an incoming nucleophile, you know that nucleophile is a negatively charged group. It will search for the positively charged side to form a bond here. Now between carbon and oxygen, oxygen is partially electronegative and carbon is partially electropositive. So nucleophile is a electronegative group. It will look for the site of positive side, so that carbon, O, and a nucleophile here. Further, when we treat with a H plus, any compound that is capable of providing H plus ion, O is a negatively charged group. It will combine it with the H plus and form a hydroxyl ion. So today we are learning about chemical reactions of aldehydes and ketones landing up in the formation of an incoming nucleophile, and the presence of hydroxyl group will be seen in the byproduct that is formed. Lot of explanation is given in the textbook there, but this is the key concept for you, where aldehyde or a ketone group combines with the incoming nucleophile, giving us the formation of a new product. What's the name of the product? We will see as we proceed through the chemical reactions. Now the nucleophile, so what type of reaction it undergoes? Nucleophilic addition reaction. Why do I say addition? Can you see that the nucleophile just comes and gets added here? So nucleophilic addition reaction. Now these methods are common both for an aldehydes and ketones. There are so many categories. I have given in a gist, then followed with a further explanation. Aldehyde or a ketone, when we treat with HCN, we get the final product to be cyanohydrine. Aldehyde or a ketone, when you treat with a NaHSO3, that is sodium bisulfide, we get bisulfide addition compound or an adduct. Aldehyde or ketone, when you treat with alcohols, we get hemiacetols. And one more chemical properties only suitable for an aldehyde. I will tell you as I proceed through the lesson. So this is the key concept for you all. Aldehyde and ketone, when you treat with cyanohydrine, that is HCN, NaHSO3, and when you treat with alcohol, what happens? We will see it in detail. If you understood this concept, understanding the further explanations will be easier. So whatever reactions, chemical properties you are showing, you have to show HCN with an aldehyde, HCN with a ketone. NaHSO3, that's a sodium bisulfide with an aldehyde, sodium bisulfide with a ketone, and so on. So the first one, reaction with the cyanohydrine. A hydrogen cyanide here, finally landing up in the formation of a cyanohydrine. Acetaldehyde, the basic aldehyde will be simplest aldehyde, acetaldehyde, or a ethanol. CH3CH double bond O. When you treat with HCN, a very easy explanation, you know that H is having a positive charge, Cn minus has got a negative charge here. So what happens? Nucleophile is a Cn minus. This H will combine it with the oxygens here. Between these two, carbon with a positive charge, oxygen with a negative charge. Very easily understood. Oxygen will combine it with the OH, H, giving us a formation of a hydroxyl ion. Carbon will combine it with the Cn. So the new product will be CH3H. This part remains as it is. Here O combine it with the H, and carbon combines with the Cn. So the name of it will be acetaldehyde. When you treat with a hydrogen cyanide, we get acetaldehyde cyanohydrine. So in this you will have the presence of a hydroxyl ion. The same explanation for a ketone. So here I have taken aldehyde group, here I have taken a ketone, acetone or a propanone. Common IUPAC name propanone, common name acetone. When we treat with the HCN, the same concept, plus and minus, opposite signs coming, gets attracted together. O and H combines together to give us a hydroxyl ion. C will combine with the Cn. So propanone will become propanone cyanohydrine. I hope you all are able to understand the explanations here. So aldehyde or a ketone, when you treat with a hydrogen cyanide, we get cyanohydrin. Remember, all through the chemical properties that when we treat it with the incoming nucleophile, the final product you should have a nucleophile, presence of a nucleophile and a OH ion group. The second one, treating it with a sodium bisulfide. Here again, for an aldehyde you need to show, then for a ketone. So aldehyde, treating it with a NaHSO3. Na has a positive charge. HSO3 has got a negative charge. When they combine it together, we get the formation of CH3CH. That is this part as it is here. ONA, where it combined to form a OH, we have ONA, negative combines with a positive CHSO3. Here, proton transfer takes place. So this writing should be above the arrow here. Sodium is a positively charged. Hydrogen, between this hydrogen is a positively charged. Transfer of proton takes place. So O will combine it with a hydrogen and giving us the formation of an hydroxyl ion. Na will combine here. So we will get NaSO3. What will be the name of the product here? Bisulfide addition compound or a bisulfide adduct compound. When we move on to in terms of ketone, the same explanation, ketone when you treat with the sodium bisulfide, here again C will come in, a plus will combine it with a minus, so we will get SO3H, plus will combine it with a minus ONA. Proton transfer takes place. So O will combine it with a H, you get a OH and SO3Na. So propanone will become propanone bisulfide adduct or an addition compound. What's the meaning of adduct? It's nothing, it's an addition compound here. Here how can you write this? Ethanol or an acetaldehyde becomes acetaldehyde bisulfide addition compound or an adduct here. Now one more point under this explanations. Purification of carbonyl compound, which is suitable when you treat aldehyde or ketone with the sodium bisulfide. You get the formation of an adduct here. That particular compound for an acid, when you treat with a HCl, you know that OH. Now this part I am not writing, whether it can be a ketone group or it can be an aldehyde group, that's not the problem. For an acid, purification of acid, when you treat it with a HCl, the adduct product what you have got treated with a HCl, OH and H combines together and goes out as a water molecule. Na will combine it with a Cl and goes out as a NaCl. SO3, sulfur dioxide goes out. So you are left with either it can be a ketone or an aldehyde group with a single, out of the 3 oxygen, only 2 goes out with the sulfur. 1 more oxygen is there. So we get it can be an aldehyde or a ketone group we get back. Similarly, if you treat the group, that's adduct formation product with the sodium hydroxide, that's a base when you treat here. OH combines with a H and goes out as a water molecule. SO3 Na and 1 more Na goes out as a sodium sulfide and we are left with a 1 oxygen. So here again we get back the purified aldehyde or ketone group. And the next one, addition of alcohol. So for 2 reactions we have seen, reaction with the HCN and reaction, hydrogen cyanide and sodium bisulfide. The third one, reaction with an alcohol. So addition of alcohol, it's only for an aldehyde. I told you, I have written it here. It's only for an aldehyde, it reacts here. Aldehyde group, you need to treat with an alcohol in the presence of a dry HCl gas here. So you know that between alcohol, hydroxyl ion has got a negative charge, alkyl group has got a positive charge, plus and minus and plus will combine it together. As you learnt in the previous class, O and R will get together giving us the OR formation. C will combine it with the OH here. Further, when you treat with 1 more molecule of alcohol, between O and H, oxygen has got a negative charge, hydrogen has got a positive charge. ROH, OH is a minus, R is a positive charge. Opposite signs get along together. O will combine it with the OR, 1 more OR you will get. OH and H will combine together to give us the water molecule. So this is the formation of an hemiacetols, what I have written. So aldehyde and ketone, treating it with a hydrogen cyanide, we get cyanohydrine. You know the formula for a cyanohydrine. Treating it with the sodium bisulfite, we get a bisulfite adduct formula. You will get product we get. When you treat with alcohol, we get hemiacetol as the product. There are two important uses which you need to remember. Uses of dry HCl gas. First one, helps in the formation of an oxonium ion. The second one, loss of water helps to get back the aldehyde group. How is it? We will see it in the next page. Now what is the explanation we have written? Loss of water helps to get back the aldehyde group. So this is what the byproduct we've got here, hemiacetol. Further, when you treat with water, just follow here. It loses a water molecule. Further, they combine it together. Already you've got a R and R here. R2R goes out. You have a H and OH, meaning one hydroxyl ion group, one O and one H here. Combines together, so we get a 2 molecules of alcohol. After the loss of this one, what are we left with? Aldehyde, that is CH3H. So only one single bond O, that we can write it in terms of a carbonyl compound. Aldehyde group we get back. Thank you.